Good morning, traders. FuturestraderElite here with your NQ pre-market prep on 11/24. So let's jump right in and pull this chart up. See what we're looking at today. I have this set on the 4-hour at the moment, and let's kind of look at the overall structure on the 4-hour. Grab us a cursor here. This is our current lower low here, where we took this out and this out, and we're kind of got into this wick over here. You can see a major save for us is going to be down here in the 300 area. We got this, this, and this, and then of course where this trend line starts on this 4-hour, which is September into August, something like that. This is going to be a strong level that we need to hold if we get more downside. On the 4-hour currently, though, if we look at this, you can see the golden pivot here at 283. We currently above it on the 4-hour. We're going to have to stay bullish on the high time frame. We definitely need to stay above this golden pivot at 283. See if we can maybe get us a leg up to the R1 at 662 for a pullback, and then maybe another bounce and try to work our way back up to this trend line. We need to get to this trend line and see if we can break back to the upside. Now, even though I say, you know, we need to stay above the golden pivot to be bullish, the overall trajectory of this is to be bearish, because unless we can get above these lower highs right here, the high time frame picture is still really bearish, but on the day, intraday, we could be bullish up into this area. So, you know, let's say we get up here, we really need to break above this wick up here. Got all the way to 350, but really this consolidation point is around 270 to 300. If we can break through that, I imagine if we can work up here and break through this, we ain't got to really worry about that wick, I wouldn't think. We'll worry about that if we get up there. So on the intraday, we can be bullish up into here because we got a lot of room here. We're at about 410. You know, that's 600 points away or better. So there's 600 points of bullishness there to even get to the line to get rejection. So that is on the table. It is a Monday though, so we'll see. And if we're staying above the golden pivot. So it's a huge red candle on the 4-hour. It's pretty ugly, but it is what it is. Now to the downside though, if they keep trying to drag this down, you got to look for areas where you might get the bounces for your next leg down if you want to take some longs and play it short. You know, if we get below this golden pivot, you might think, well, maybe we're going to get down to back to this one pivot. Maybe it wants to retest this area, and then we might get a bounce, and it bounce back towards one of these lines here, this yellow line or this green line. Or this yellow line or the golden pivot. I mean, it could be any of that. We just need to see how much it wants to move today. But over on the higher time frame, you know, if we start moving to the downside again, you need to be thinking maybe probably 8 to the downside. Be looking at maybe 840, 800, 740, 720, 645, and so on in that area. We'll have to update that in the live updates channel. I put some Pez boxes on the screen before the market opens and look at some things. Let's take us down to a little bit of a lower time frame real quick here. let's jump down to the 1 and see what it looks like. Okay. So got a huge imbalance zone in here with this candle right here. You know, that's a huge imbalance zone. It's a big candle on the 1. That's 153 to 644. Wow, there's like 400 points of imbalance right here from where we're at, pretty much. Excuse me. That's a lot. You know, this looks pretty good on the 1 hour right here. We get down here, we consolidate. It retests that area already on the 1 hour. Consolidate. It's still in consolidation. Then we can break out with this big candle, which we needed. Then it sweeps. It retests the golden pivot on this 1 hour candle. Sucks all the way back up. Retests the pivot and didn't pass it. Then we got that gap up overnight. This itty bitty gap up right here. And we hadn't quite, well, we almost pretty much filled it, it looks like, which is also good. If we have filled that, that's at 50, and that's it. We missed it, looks like, by 7 points, but it could always wick down there here in pre-market, maybe even test the golden pivot again for another leg up. I mean, this looks pretty good on the 1 hour. Steadily consolidating and building up. You know, you got higher lows here, higher lows on the 1 hour, gap up, still higher lows over here. What you want to watch out for is that they don't take out this pivot and take out, say, this low and put in a lower low, and then a lower high from here, and then another lower low below this over here somewhere. That's going to start making the 1 hour look rough again. But right now, this looks decent on the 1 hour. Let's jump down to the 15-minute. Excuse me. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Excuse me. Yeah, pretty good drop. There's quite a bit of imbalance over here on the 15-minute over here. We got some more right in here. Some more right there. I'm not trying to get some of that taken care of here in a little bit. Looked at real good. Draw some stuff up on the chart that I post in the live updates channel. All right, so down here on the 15-minute, look at what we got going on here. Let's grab us a horizontal line. Smack it on the chart. Right about there. Let's change this to red because this looks like it's going to be the key point today for us to get across to actually be bullish. We got to get above. It's lines at 593, so say 600. Anytime you got something like that close to a whole number, like 600, 500, 4, 3, 2, 1, whatever, you're next to a whole number, you need to think if your line is there, they're more than likely going to sweep the whole number because a lot of liquidity sits around the whole numbers. $50, $100 increments. But we need to get above this. This right here was sort of looking like a cup and handle on the 15-minute. I mean, it still does. It's an ugly cup and handle, but this would have been the cup. And then here goes the handle. The problem is we gapped up and didn't get a leg up. We handled down, gapped up, and we're consolidating. But that don't. I've seen a lot of ugly cup and handle charts. I mean, that don't mean that this can't come back to the upside. If we break this line right here, this is gonna. This could send it possibly to at least a trend line. I mean, it ain't gonna change our overall bias of the direction yet. But as far as intraday, it's something to pay attention to for sure. At least I would be. I like patterns on the chart, paying attention to cup and handles, head and shoulders, you know, flags, wedges, and everything. But they are worth keeping an eye on. So we will definitely be watching that. It's ugly cup and handle. We need to break that line to really get bullish, even though we're above a golden pivot. And when we do that, we're only getting bullish to possibly get into that trend line unless we can break all this that we was talking about earlier. So that's all I'm going to have for NQ pre-market prep this morning. I'll update it, live updates channel on the Discord. If this is your first time here, come join the Discord for free. The links are in the bio and will be in the comments. And we are ending the weekend flash sale on the books. We'll end at 7 a.m. Central, 8 p.m. or 8 a.m. Eastern this morning. I appreciate those that collected those over the weekend. I hope they do you well. They're great reads, and I will see you guys in Discord and on the recap later this afternoon. Have a great trading day.